What's good, you guys? If you've been watching BeerBiceps videos for a while, you'd know that just like 8 out of 10 young adults, I've had issues dealing with acne as well. And my acne hasn't entirely gone, but I have much clearer skin now than I did earlier. I do get a little acne once in a while, but it's a lot lesser than what it used to be. So in today's video, I'm gonna take you all over the changes I made in my diet and lifestyle in order to overcome this acne issue. Now, what you've got to know firstly is that especially if you lift weights, you're more prone to acne. There is something called bodybuilder's acne, and we're going to talk about that. But more importantly, we're going to talk about how to overcome this very, very natural phenomenon. So let's go. Okay, before we get to talking about solutions and remedies, it's important to understand the science of pimples. How does acne start in the first place? Now, your skin has something called sebaceous glands which are present just under the surface of the skin. Now, sebaceous glands release something called sebum. It's an oily secretion which is meant to keep your skin healthy. It's meant to keep your skin lubricated. And it's also meant to eject dead skin cells from just under your skin. Now, depending on your genetics, on your lifestyle, and even the climate of the place you live in, you'll fall into one of three skin types. Dry skin, which results because of a lack of sebum secretion, normal skin, which is just normal, and the worst of all, oily skin, which is the most acne prone skin. And it results because of too much sebum being secreted. Now, let's get into exactly why a pimple happens. Now, your sebaceous glands produce sebum, and this sebum is secreted through pores on your skin, which are these little holes meant to secrete all the inner oils. Now, what happens is with people who have oily skin, the sebaceous glands are producing a lot of oil. So what ends up happening is that sometimes because of that heavy amount of oil, the pores get blocked. And what also helps in the blockage is the inner dead skin cells which are getting released. So this combination of a lot of sebum and those dead skin cells and potentially external bacteria combines and produces a pimple. Now that's that with skin science. But keep in mind that if you follow a fit lifestyle and especially if you lift weights, you're more prone to acne. And this is primarily because when you're lifting weights and you're damaging your body in the gym, when you come home, your body responds to that damage by releasing more testosterone than normal. Testosterone helps with muscle recovery. But the other thing testosterone does is that it increases the amount of sebum secreted by your sebaceous glands. It's a side effect of having slightly higher levels of testosterone. And that increased sebum is what causes those pimples in the first place. The secondary aspect of fitness and acne is that when people go to the gym and they sweat a lot, sweat tends to collect bacteria. So the bacteria combined with all that excess sebum also increases the likelihood of acne. Now you'll see that a lot of people who have an active lifestyle, especially people who lift, especially the guys and especially people with oily skin, are very, very prone to acne. If you stop lifting or if you stop following an active lifestyle, your acne will actually reduce. But does that mean you should leave your active lifestyle? Hell no. The one thing you've got to know about acne is that it's a temporary problem and it will go by itself at some point in your life. But what you can do right now is that you can minimize acne. And minimizing acne is a 3-part process. Actually, it's a 2 + 1 part process. The first 2 parts are a change in your diet and good skincare. And the third part is the correct medication that you might need to reduce acne if the first 2 parts don't work for you. But first, let's talk about the first 2 parts. Now keep in mind, when it comes to good skincare and the correct diet for healthy skin, it's a very detailed topic. And I will be making a sequel video to this particular video very soon. But in today's video, I'm just gonna go over those topics briefly. But first, I need to talk about the 3 golden rules for healthy skin. The first golden rule is that you need to stay hydrated most of the time. A good level of water intake means healthy skin. Go by the color of your urine. For most of the day, your urine should be clear. The second golden rule when we're talking about healthy skin is that you should not be smoking. And by smoking, I don't only mean cigarettes. It can be any kind of smoke. Cigarettes, weed, and even hookah. Stay away from all kinds of smoke if you want healthy skin. And the third rule is very important, and I'm not just saying this because I'm BeerBiceps. You've got to stay away from sugar. Remember, ingesting sugar in your food actually increases the inflammation in your body. And acne is a kind of inflammation. Every time you're eating sugar, it's making your acne a lot worse and it's making you more prone to getting acne. So get these 3 golden rules straight, and that's when we can move on to correct skincare. So now let's start talking about the skincare routine first. Now, a lot of people don't really have a skincare routine, and just having this routine alone will prevent acne for a lot of people. So get this sorted first. The first thing you've got to do is that you've got to go to your general store and get yourself a face wash. How do you figure which face wash works for you? Ideally, actually, you should try using different face washes because different face washes are suited to different people. What may work for me doesn't work for you. But what works for a lot of people is just a mild face wash, something that's not too intense. But more importantly, you've got to start washing your face twice a day. Once in the morning after you get up and once a little bit before bedtime, maybe 1 or 2 hours before you go to bed. Now, what washing your face does is that it just removes all the excess sebum, and it also helps remove all the dirt and grime that's collected through the day. Remember, acne happens because of excess sebum and because of bacteria collecting on the face. And washing your face helps remove both these elements. Very, very important in the long term. You've got to make washing your face a daily habit, just like brushing your teeth is. Now, coming to the diet side of things, keep in mind that acne is primarily caused due to hormonal changes in your body, but it can be enhanced because of the wrong foods. And when we're talking about wrong food and acne, it's primarily 3 culprits actually. The first is sugar, as I spoke about earlier. The second is a lot of high fat food, especially people who eat outside and ingest a high amount of fat. What happens is that a lot of fat ends up being secreted by your pores, and all that excess oil ends up blocking the pores, as I spoke about earlier. So you've got to reduce the overall amount of fat in your diet. And the third thing you've got to do is that you've got to increase your fiber in your diet. When you increase your fiber intake with the help of vegetables and fruits, you're also getting a lot of vitamins and minerals from those food items. So the combination of all this high fiber and great nutrition from those veggies is just settling your digestive system. It's improving your digestion and it's giving you a lot of nutritional benefits, which end up helping in the overall quality of your skin. So that's that when it comes to diet, and again, I will be elaborating on this in my next video. But what you've got to understand is that for a lot of people, acne is a genetic issue. If your parents dealt with acne and if your siblings dealt with acne, there's a high chance that you're genetically prone to having acne. And even if you have the best diet in the world and you have the best skincare routine in the world, chances are that it may not be enough. It might reduce your acne a lot, but it might not get rid of it entirely. I was a victim of this situation. I'm genetically prone to acne. Everyone in my family's had acne. And when you're genetically prone to acne, the solution is medication. Now, medication shouldn't be your go-to. First, you should try fixing your diet and fixing your skincare routine. And if that doesn't work, then you should turn to medication. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a dermatologist. And when we're talking about medication for curing acne, it can be very severe. It can have side effects. So if you intend on using medication, you've got to consult with a dermat first. Now, if you go to a dermat, first they'll tell you to fix your skincare routine and your diet. And if that doesn't work, they'll either prescribe antibiotics or they'll prescribe ointments. Now, these ointments are derivatives of benzoyl peroxide or salicylic acid, both of which help remove the bacteria from the surface of your skin, and it kind of just helps calm down your acne. But it's got side effects, like you can't use it and then go out in sunlight. It reacts with sunlight. And you've got to be very careful with using it. A lot of it can damage your skin. So you have to consult with a dermat if you're serious about curing your acne using medication. And if all this doesn't work, usually people will turn to something called isotretinoin or Accutane. Now keep in mind, Accutane is called a magic drug because it cures acne for almost everyone. But what you've got to know is that Accutane has a lot of side effects, and depending on the type of acne you have, a dermatologist actually needs to draw out a game plan for you in terms of how you're going to medicate with it. So do not even think of taking Accutane without consulting with a dermat first. If you want to take away something from this video, take these things away. The first is that acne is very natural. It happens to everyone. So if you're dealing with acne, you're not alone. The second is that, as I spoke about in today's video, it's a 3-part process to cure the acne. It's 2017 and there's nothing that can't be cured. And the third thing you've got to take away is that acne shouldn't affect your morale, your self-esteem, or your confidence levels. Remember, it's just a temporary problem. It's just a phase, and you, my friend, are gonna get out of it. Hey guys, so that was the video for today. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Now, what I've seen is that a lot of people dealing with acne, it affects their confidence levels. And your confidence levels have a one-to-one relation with your happiness. So on Tuesdays, I release these videos called Ranveer's Life Hacks, where I talk about things other than fitness, especially things that help boost your life skills like your confidence levels. So I highly recommend you go and check out the Ranveer's Life Hacks playlist and start with a video on how to be confident in every situation. Either way guys, if you want to follow my journey, you can follow me on my handles Instagram at BeerBiceps, Snapchat at ranveer.1693, and my Facebook page is given down below, so make sure you give that a like as well. Until next time guys, from Ranveer, see you.